Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Jacqueline. Can you hear me? Hi, Grace. Hi, Sandy Marie. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone enjoyed their Sunday. Mine was a lazy day. There goes my sis, Cheryl. She always has to greet everyone. Make sure everyone likes the live as they come in. It says I have 66 people on here, and well, I did have 66. I guess all the haters got out, but they can come listen if they want to. Hi, Kai. Sandy, you're having egg sauce. I cooked the roast. Let me see if I'm missing everyone. Hi, Laura, Shirley. Hi, Grace. Well, first, I want to start this live out by saying started coming live because I'm tired of everyone going through my comment section, Bobby's, Francisco, reporting everyone's comments. I mean, they're actually going weeks and months back, reporting people's comments, getting them restricted. Reporting my comments is not going to stop me from speaking my mind. So now I'm going to do it on live. And they can like it or not. Because I could give 10 crooked fingers what they say about me or think about me. I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm not going to go back and forth with them because they are non mother effing factor to me or my life. So I'm going to say what I want to say. So I will start doing lives. Yes, the crooked fingers. They just reported me again the other day. And that's when I got mad and was like, okay, I'm going to do a live. Because I'm not scared to lose my Facebook page. I already have a backup page that I've had for about a year. But someone else will be very upset if they lose their page. I'm not going to lose my page and be mad or be upset. I've been restricted before and it's not that big of a deal. But let's, as they say, gist. I'm not going to call her the GM. I'm going to call her the UM, the useless mother. You know, there's been a lot of funny things like she's complaining about how everyone last week was talking about her because of what she wore to church. That's one of the comments that got reported the other day. They say the church says come as you are, but come on, that doesn't mean to go as a 304 and your whole Nash hanging out. That was so disrespectful to the church. Yes, Cheryl, you're used to prison. Because you're always in Facebook jail. Oh, wow, Laura. Well, even people here in the U.S., it is what it is. They're not going to scare me or push me away from what I want to do or what I want to say. I'm allowed to have my opinion. I am not a hater of hers. There is nothing that she has or does that will make me a hater. And what do you guys think about her new little victim? That's what I'm going to call him. He must not know much about her. And I'm also hearing through the grapevine that he has a little criminal record. Anybody heard anything about that? Lynn, I don't know what that man's name is. Looks a little slow to me, but that's just my opinion. Because now all of a sudden she's creating content with someone that she claims she just met. And it's just a little weird to me. That's right, Cheryl. You always speak your mind. Oh, Bobby's here. Hi, Bobby. So I'm not sure what's going on with him, but like I said, I'm going to call him her new victim because we know what happened last time. That she brought so-called friends onto her social media. They met at church. Oh, wow. Does he go at the donut church? I think she calls it. That's crazy. Well, she needs to learn how to dress when she goes to church because that's very disrespectful to the church to go with your whole Nash out. And that's something that she's done for the last couple of days. It's always, my Nash, my Nash, my Nash, my Nash. Well, does that Nash make you a better mother? No. Does that Nash make you clean your house? No. Does that Nash make you cook decent meals? No. Is that Nash making your music go anywhere? Definitely no. Well, if she reached out to him on Instagram or anywhere else, trust me, she has an ulterior motive. She always does. She never does anything that's going to benefit anyone else but herself. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Jan. And you guys have to excuse me. This is like my first live, so I'm just starting to get used to this. It will get better over time. Oh, damn, Lynn. I don't think it's his pickle. Because he looks like he's on, rooting for the other side. But that's just my opinion. Hi, Vanessa. I should have took notes because there's a few things that I wanted to talk about and I don't even remember. And I'm surprised too that her sister left and she didn't even do a video of them going to the airport. I thought she was going to be here for 2 months? Grace, you never know with her. It's a possibility. But if he does have the record for the grape, like I heard, then he's one of them people that you know who is going to come after. Yes, she was so glad that they left her house. And she was so disrespectful dressing like that around her brother-in-law, or should I say daddy. That's just sick. You don't call your brother-in-law daddy. You don't call his mother your mother-in-law. What kind of family is this? They are some sick people. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look him up. But he just seems a little weird to me. But that's just my opinion. Oh, hi, Gloria. I'm glad you found me too. A few people were having a hard time finding my page today. Oh, you're in Kenya. Okay. That's nice. Oh, you live in Canada. All that's no kissing cousins. I think there's more than kissing going on. Well, I don't guess looks like I don't have to say hello to everybody. Cheryl got me covered. Oh, wow. The information. Yeah, I'm going to look him up. I hope she keeps him away from the girls. No, the sister doesn't. I'm talking about the UM. She didn't even announce. I kind of figured that she had left because the last 2 nights she was out instead of being home. That's how I kind of figured out that she had left. And did anyone see? I heard that the niece was twerking on a video. Did anyone happen to see that? Oh, Bobby, you seen it? Sandy, you seen it? Anybody has a screen recording of that? I kept saying that little girl was too fascinated with her aunt, and that if her mother wasn't careful, she's going to turn into another UM. I didn't see that video. I probably was at work. But that's crazy. I wonder what her mother said about that. Wow, everybody's seen it but me. Mm-mm-mm. And she finally admitted that the nephew does not like her. But we could tell that a long time ago just by his facial expressions, Auntie Airport Germs. Well, if anyone has that video clip, please DM me with it. I'd appreciate you sending it to me. Oh, Dean, they're saying that the niece was twerking on one of her aunt's videos. Oh, yes, Shirley, they did go home. They went to the Hollywood Walk of Fame a couple days ago. Nancy already did a video and they are home. Sherry, which video is it? You know the girl puts out 1,000 videos. And I also noticed her stars are not starring. The begging is in overdrive right now. Oh, wow, Cheryl. I want to see it. That's crazy. Hi, Bubbly. How are you? But I do want to see that video. And then we also have the exposure again, which is pretty crazy. I don't understand how nobody has a problem with this on that side. And from I seen one picture, and there's no way she did not know that that child was dressed or undressed. And it's crazy. It's It's actually disgusting, and there's no excuse. There's nothing she can come with to say that I didn't know. You were sitting there feeding her on live video. And now that video is going all over social media. It's crazy. Yes, Lucy, that's something that I've noticed is that every time she turned on that live camera, the niece was there, had to be all up in the camera. And like I said, I kept saying to myself, if her mother isn't careful, she's going to try to be just like her aunt. Yes, Grace, she is going to be just like her. If her mother does not take control of that right now, and if I was her, I would keep my sister away from my daughter. Cheryl. The roaches like Joe's Apartment. You guys remember that movie, Joe's Apartment? And watch her tomorrow. She'll be like, I was at the farmer's market and they were playing my music. No, your little trumpet playing friend was playing your songs, and he only started playing that when he seen you. But he's also friends with the little rock girl in DT. The information, well, that just depends, what type of dancing. What she does, I don't consider that dancing. It's what she does on social media is really considered soft porn to me. That's my opinion, what she does. And then if you report her live, it never goes against community guidelines, no matter what she does. So I don't know what Facebook is doing, because a lot of that stuff shouldn't even be shown on social media. No, Holly, she is not a professional dancer. Professional dancers go to dance schools. As far as I know, she's never been to a dance school. I can tell you the name of the dance school that I went to when I was a child. I'm not a professional dancer, but as far as I know, she has never been to a professional dance school. And twerking is not really a professional dance unless, you're in one of them places where they have the pole. Selim, yeah, talking about depressed. She wasn't depressed. She wanted to use that as an excuse to get stars because her stars have been very low lately. People are not gifting her like they were. Where are my star senders now? The other day, when she was there with her sister, and her sister wanted her to drive her to the store, she was like, nobody gave me money yet. I can't leave. She actually said that. Nobody, I think it was nobody gave me money, or if they haven't paid me yet, I can't go, I can't leave. I was like, wow. Yes, she does, Holly. And Jan, you know, my daughter, well, she's an adult. Yeah, she can twerk and things like that. But thank God she knows when and where to do that. She's not out here doing it in grocery stores on public streets cuz she know I'm going to get on her. Oh, bubbly me, that was ridiculous. Like, is that our new content? That okay, we've already seen you or heard you go number one in the bathroom. Now you're doing number two. Like, WTF? Like, I knew this girl had no shame, but that's just taking it a little bit too far. Yeah, Shirley. Imagine a celebrity getting so excited for a $10 bottle of honey. And was it a dragon fruit? And I think she got some almonds. But you call that a flex. Okay. Because you got the real celebrities that have these luxury designers sending them things for free, not a $10 bottle jar of honey. Yeah, I seen who is this? Yeah, I seen that she was with Jesus, with Jesus and his family. I think she only went there just to create content. I don't think she really went there to celebrate that lady's birthday. She just went there to create content. And that's the only reason why she went there. And yes, she looked a little bit strange because it wasn't about her. Put it that way. It was Mama, I think her name is Mama Seiko or Seiko. It was about her. It was her day, and it wasn't about her. You know, everything always has to be about her, nobody else. Free cheese, yeah. The things I heard about that cheese man, apparently he had a, I guess this is a thing, you know, they have these big actual parties that, you know, where you, how do you say it? Where they do like swinging things, you know what I mean? Apparently he had a really, really big one, and they even had the police there because it was so many people. And guess who was at that party? That's all he wants from her, talking about he wants to marry her. Yeah, right. Yeah, I seen when she battled Jesus's sister. Yes, she is socially awkward. Her whole life is her phones. Her phones come before everyone, including her children, which is really sad. Of course, she didn't buy her a gift. If she doesn't buy anything for her own children, you know she's not going to buy anything for somebody else. Yes, swinger party, Cheryl. That's exactly what it was. Because the way she acts, she's never going to find a decent man, anyways. Nobody wants anybody like that who acts like that, has no self respect. And those girls, When their aunt was here, that's the most meat that they have had in the past 6 months because she barely gives them meats. And she's already said today that they're going to have, what did she say they were going to have? Oh, they were going to have a salad and egg sauce. I don't know what that egg sauce is. It doesn't look appetizing to me. And honestly, I don't think that she can cook. At least her kids, especially she's not too thrilled with her mother's food, but she was tearing up her aunt's food. She was eating eggs, and she never liked eggs. Cheryl, that IV poll. Yeah, she needs to go back to the funny farm. You're right about that, Shirley. You know, I used to work in mental health. And yes, I see the signs. I see bipolar slash, what do they call it? Psychotic. Now, I'm no doctor, I'm no psychiatrist, so no, I cannot diagnose her, but I'm just going off of patients that I've seen with those disorders. Well, Shirley, I don't blame him for sending the girls back in the same clothes she sent them with. Oh, wow. He didn't touch their hair. Wow. Well, one thing I can say is he did take Jay to the dentist this week to take care of that issue she had with her tooth, and it looks like they pulled the tooth. And I'm quite sure they probably gave her antibiotics because there was no reason why that baby's face was swollen for almost a week. And then her aunt looked in it, and I guess there was some massive abscess in there. Oh, she's a big time narcissist, Holly. You're right about that, Holly. He's damned if he does, and he's damned if he doesn't. When he was doing their hair, it was a problem. They were calling him hairopractor. If he doesn't do their hair, then they complain about that. Which one is it? Exactly. The same way that she would send them to me is the same way I would send them back. And it was weird because when her sister was here, she always does their hair. She didn't touch their hair this time. Surely he did. He made a little short video where he did take Jay to the dentist, and apparently they pulled that tooth. I'm not sure about Athena. That's probably the tooth that was that she had with the abscess and why her face was so swollen. Yes, she is, Cheryl. And then she's gonna blame him and say he's giving them sugar. He's giving them too much sugar. But how many times have we seen them kids get up in the morning, have ice cream, cookies, candy. What she had? What, 7 days of Christmas where they had to find nothing but sweets, cookies, and candy, and then giving it to them. Yes, she gives them junk food all the time, but wants to put it the blame on their father all the time. No, Nancy did not. I liked when what's her name? When Taja did, she did a very good job on those girls' hair. Let me see what this say. He took Jay, but Athena has never had a dental checkup. Oh wow, yeah. She needs to have a dental checkup. Well, shoot, Shirley, their mother don't even have an afro comb. Yeah, Bubbly. I'm glad she went too because that child suffered with her tooth. No, she didn't buy any presents. Shirley, and she told all her followers before she went to Nigeria that she wanted her whole Christmas tree filled with presents, but nobody sent her presents. And then she also said that she was going to buy them gifts, but we know that wasn't even going to happen. And then this was a first. LA Mom always buys those girls Christmas presents. I know she was in Nigeria, but they didn't get gifts from her either. Yes, their hair is so damaged, Sandy, and they have a very good grade of hair. She doesn't put in enough moisturizer. All she needs is a little bit of moisturizer and a little bit of water, and their hair would be beautiful. Yes, Cheryl, they're back to work. They clocked in tonight. Yeah, I seen that. Um, Dina, how she was dressing, probably just trying to compete with her sister since her husband kept looking at her sister. Yeah, she had a pen for their hair, a screwdriver. Then when she takes the rubber bands out, she just pulls the hair out from the bottom. Yeah, even her hair hasn't grown. Oh, okay, Johnny. Take care of you. Remove you. Okay, I wasn't paying. I didn't see what Johnny was writing, but no, we're not gonna do that over here. If y'all are her supporters and y'all want to come over here, then just sit there and be quiet and listen. Cause I'm not gonna go back and forth with you guys. I'm just gonna block you. What did Mr. Johnny say? I can't read the comments because I blocked them. But she needs to start taking care of their hair. I mean, their father, he tries. He could do better. Yes, she should have been giving her antibiotic. Oh, well, he can WTF over on her page. Yes, and that's didn't she say she had got a prescription for the antibiotics? So that is definitely her fault if she did not fill it. And that's so sad because remember last year when she got sick, she didn't have no problem going to get antibiotics from LA Dad and going to fill that prescription. No, they don't bathe. She doesn't even bathe. Well, if she, first, okay, well, she couldn't call it in. The doctor had to. Then you should have went and got it the same day or the next day. She wasn't concerned about her daughter getting those antibiotics. I would never do that. Yeah, Mr. Cortland sent, oh, he sent her stars. Yeah, he sent her some pillows. I guess it was for Christmas. She didn't look too excited about getting the pillows. Yes, she is sorry. Very sorry. Yeah, that's sad that she didn't want to fill the prescription just because she had to pay money. Hi, I am Siri. You're right, Shirley. She did not pay it any mind. And yes, she'd rather travel and shop on Sheen and Temu. All that stuff is more important. Oh, and we can't forget all the liquor bottles that she has up there, but she doesn't drink. But if you notice, every now and then you'll see different bottles because she drinks every day. She knew the girls were going to dad's and he would take care of it. Yeah, but that's still pitiful that she made her daughter suffer like that. And then knowing, like the same day she took her to the dentist, she was feeding her sugar and sweets that same day. Yes, you're right, Bubbly. It could have got really bad. Hi, Sandy. Yeah, ice for an abscess. That's not gonna work. But see, that doesn't make any sense. If the tooth was gonna fall out, then why did she get what she called a deep filling? I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense. It got worse because she didn't give that child the antibiotics, which is probably why the tooth had to be pulled. No, she doesn't, Deanna. She does not care except to have them on social media, like she was saying. Was it yes? Yeah, last night. Oh, didn't get to see my daughter. I had to fight to get them and they did a GoFundMe and no girl, the GoFundMe was not to see your daughters because you already had 50-50. It was all because you wanted to be able to have your children on social media. And today you even sat there and said, I'm not supposed to be doing the live videos with them, I guess, because, it's not supposed to be, they're not supposed to be the main topic of the video. She said, but that's the risk that I'm willing to take. Stupid, you just admitted that right there on live video. Yes, Jay did take her this week to have it removed. Yeah, Sandy, I thought it was a little weird too about a deep feeling. You would think the doctor would just want it, to maybe take it out. Because she's had a couple, that poor child, she's always losing a tooth or having one pulled. Brenda, I think a lot of that, a lot of us are wishing for that one. Of course, that $77,000 went into her pocket. I don't even think she paid for that lawyer. I think she had a court-appointed lawyer. Gloria, you hit the nail on the head. Narcissistic, irresponsible, selfish, greedy, insatiable, promiscuous, vulgar, shameless, heartless, insecure, and jealous of even her own kids. Yes, ma'am. That's very true. If you have an abscess, because there are certain um things that dental things where they will not do it until you're on antibiotics. Some people they can't even get a tooth pulled unless they're on antibiotics. Deanna, I don't know how she's getting away with all this stuff either. But all I know is at some point karma's going to catch up to her and it's going to hit her hard. I just hope those girls don't get hurt waiting for this. And I like JD, but I believe he should be doing more to protect his children. You're right, Sandy. We don't know if he took her at the beginning of like when he first got her and they gave him antibiotics, and had her take them before she had the tooth out, because they had to have they had to have given her antibiotics. If she had an abscess, there's no way they would have pulled that tooth. Oh my God, the onions, tomatoes, and creamy noodles. Hmm. You notice her sister made a way better version of creamy noodles. I think, what do we call that here in the US? More like I guess like an Alfredo. And they'll be eating salad and egg sauce. Probably not any damn meat like they had when their aunt was there. Talking about Jay ate 3 chicken drumsticks. Yeah, 'cause she don't get none. You only eat meat when they're not there. Watching that girl just really pisses me off. Watching how those girls are treated. I could never. And then you got Slow Cold complaining because JD asked him not to take single pictures of his daughters and post them. and he has a problem with it. He needs to be lucky and glad that he even asked him not to, because most men, they wouldn't have asked him. They would have took it a different route. She would have lost it if Nancy hadn't visited. But yes, you're right about that. She would have lost it because before she got there, she didn't know what to do with those kids. Oh, what is she cooking? Egg sauce? I think she said she was gonna cook egg sauce in salad or something like that. But they're not gonna get any meat. They probably won't get meat all week. And is she going to Japan this week? Cause I thought that guy last night said, "Aren't you leaving next week?" And she shushed him unless she's leaving Sunday when JD gets the girls back. Yeah, he does. He does need to strike him. But he needed the girls because his content baby isn't making the money that she used to when she was first born. Lupe, what do you mean she suspected who? I don't know what they're talking about beggars for. And you know who is the queen of begging. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. See, that's how you know he doesn't know anything about that girl. If he did, he would know that she was the queen of begging. Because that's all that girl does. And it's so funny how, actually, it's really ridiculous. As soon as she doesn't get any, she's not getting any stars, then she'll turn around and show her Nash. Like people are supposed to send her 1,000,000 stars just because she showed her Nash, or then she'll start shaking it. But if somebody asks her to shake it, don't tell me what to do. But then she'll start twerking and shaking it. It's just crazy. And I know her sister was glad to be up out that house. Very true. Japan is very modest. I did look that up. She cannot, there's quite a few rules that stood out to me. You know how when she goes places and she puts people on their videos without asking them, she cannot do that. You cannot put anybody, you cannot take pictures or record anyone without their permission. She cannot show cleavage. She cannot wear those little, I don't even know what you call them, little shorts that she wears all the time. She cannot wear them. They even want your knees covered. When you go into a lot of places, you have to take your shoes off. There's a lot of things, so I don't know how she's going to survive in Japan. She'll get in trouble from day one. Yes, she will, Margaret. He's going to find out the hard way. That's why I don't call him her friend. I call him her next victim. He's protectors. That's funny. But I don't know. We'll find out. There's something when I look this guy up, there's some there's a reason. Trust me, that girl is picking this guy for a reason. She doesn't just in 2 nights in a row. No, this no. Mm-mm. I just don't. I don't see it. There's a reason. So I don't know. But that girl right there, there's something wrong with that girl. And she doesn't sit here and think about how all of this is going to affect her daughters as they get older. You know, these kids today, especially living in Brentwood, I guarantee you the majority of those kids at Jay's school already have phones. Kids get phones at very young ages. My older kids, they didn't have phones as young as my youngest son did. My youngest son, he got an iPhone, I think it was 8. But think times are different right now. You got so much going on here. You got school pews. So even though he goes to private school, that doesn't mean he's safe. So yes, I gave him a cell phone younger than I did my older children. I don't know if he hit it and ran because he was with her 2 days. They were together Friday night and Saturday night. And this, like I said, in social media doesn't go away. And when her little school friends find out what her mother does and how she acts, I mean, look how she goes to pick the kids up from school. Look how she shows up like the Christmas thing. Look what she had on. Nobody else was dressed like that. She couldn't go to bed. You got to plug your iPad and stuff in. Yes. Okay, sorry about that. These you didn't see none of them other parents dressed like that, and she couldn't show up at my son's school dressed like that. Just like how she goes to church. If she was to go into my family's church, oh my goodness, they would have told her about herself. Especially my aunt, and she's one of the mothers of the church. I call her the original Medea. She even looks like Medea. I always say that I need to tell Tyler Perry that he owes me money because I swear he copied my aunt. Oh my goodness, what my aunt would have said to that girl. They made the jollof rice. Apparently, from what he said last night, his was better than hers. And he kept running behind her, cleaning up. See, he doesn't know that she doesn't clean up. Then he was using gloves. I don't think he was too happy the fact that she wasn't using gloves. And all she wanted to do was twerk and climb, like you cooking and you climbing up on the kitchen counter. Like, I, I don't think, even if they are friends, I don't see him staying around very long. Them two are like night and day. Bubbly me? What do you mean? I love media. Guess I'm kind of boring tonight. People, people are starting to leave. But I'll get better at this live stuff. Just my first one, so guys, take it easy on me. It's gonna get better. Look at Bobby. Bobby's getting a pro now. She be cracking me up. Yes, he did have on gloves. And he was sanitizing that countertop. He You could tell he's a very clean person. You could look at his kitchen and tell that it was spotless. So he looks like he just seemed like he was raised to be a very clean person. So I don't know how that one's gonna work out. But we'll see. We will see. What food she cooked for the kids. Yeah, she did say that what she would cook every day, but we'll see. She says tomorrow they're gonna have steak and a salad. That must be a leftover steak that her sister had bought. Well, bubbly me, let them come. Like I said, they can come and listen, you know. They can say whatever they want to say about me. I'm not gonna go back and forth with them. It's a waste of my time. Frankly, I don't care. And they're not going to make content off of me for me going back and forth. And me not going back and forth with them, it's not because I can't or because I'm scared of any of them, because I'm not. And I can be a very, very petty person when I need to be or want to be. They're just a waste of my time. So let them say what they want to say about me. Apparently, they know about my page because they're on my page reporting all of you guys' comments. So it is what it is. I'm still going to say what I want to say. I'm still going to be doing lives. Like I said, today was my first live. I am going to continue doing more. And they can keep reporting me and whatever. If I ever lose my page, you guys can find me on, it's called Tasmanian Devil Backup. Same profile picture. And before you crazy people sit here and look at that picture or think that I don't want to show my face or do whatever because you think I'm old. No. You think I'm fat. No. Bald headed. Wow. Not hardly, because you guys pay for the amount of hair I have on my head. I just choose not to show my face. And most of you guys don't even show your face. So if you can't show yours, then don't ask me to show mine. I'll show my face. Eventually, I will reveal myself. But I'll do it on my time, not on yours. Exactly, Cheryl. Yes, her stars are not starring, and they have not been doing that for a couple of days now. Yes, it is called freedom of speech, but they don't think that we have that. They think that they can say whatever they want to say and we're not allowed to speak on anything that she does or says. And they see the same thing that we see. It's right there on social media. We're not lying. We see it, but we're not allowed to speak on it. If they don't want us to speak on it, then they need to tell her to stop coming on social media doing dumb shit. Period. And then we wouldn't have nothing to talk about. But it's okay for them to bully JD constantly. And I'm not even talking about her as far as because of JD. I talk about her and laugh about her because she does dumb stuff. Yeah, you're right, Margaret. They see it too, but they'll never admit it. I was surprised so many of her so-called fan spoke out when she wore that, I don't know what you want to call it, what that stuff that she wore to church last week. I was very surprised that so many people spoke about it. And it was very disrespectful. So it is what it is. And like I said, we're still going to say what we want to say. I'm still going to laugh at her. I'm still going to put my little, I'm still going to put my little dancing dog videos. Yeah, the free donuts. I actually, you know what? I even see her calling it the donut church. I even find that offensive. Like, you can't call it, every church has a name. They name their church. You calling it the donut church, to me, that's very disrespectful. Like my family's church, you know, they have a kitchen there, they sell dinners. I don't call it the food church. I don't call it the dinner church. That's because that's not the name of it. Well, I don't know. Just because she had leggings on or tights or whatever you want to call it, you could still see the whole bottom of her nash was out. So her sister can try to condone, or make excuses for her. But I guarantee you, deep down, she knew her sister was dead wrong. Oh, really? He could have been. Who knows? Yes, because I know a lot of pastors and mothers of the church, deacons, that would have told her to leave too. Now, maybe those people at that church, you notice she's the only one that comes in there dressed like that. You know them people talk about her. They're just, I guess, too polite to ask her to leave. Or either they just think she's a crazy person. Yes, Margaret, that's what she calls it. She calls it the donut church. But you notice she's not allowed to go to LA Mom's church like that. She makes her change. And then when she showed up there to surprise her on Mother's Day, she took I guess she had like a wrap on, and she took it off and made her put it on because she was showing too much cleavage. Yes, Jan. What Bobby said. Why do you think that he was at her house this morning? Did you see something that we missed? Hmm. Could be a possibility, but I don't know. I don't know because I didn't see it, but I don't know if he would want to be at her house because he looks like a clean person. And we know her house isn't clean, especially her bedroom. Yeah, they were calling him sweet. All I know is he just looks a little weird. To me, he looks weird. And what I heard about his record, I gotta go. Somebody said that today that last night she was like everyone deserves a second chance. But if it has to do with SA, no, you don't get a second chance. You don't deserve a second chance. Are you serious, Margaret? It says the fastest growing church in town. Wow. Is that don't tell me that's the real name of that church. I'm gonna call my aunt tomorrow and I'm gonna say I'm gonna go to the donut church. I'm gonna get cussed out. She gonna be like, "What the heck? What you mean a donut church?" And when I tell her they serve donuts, she gonna tell me about myself. It is the real name. Get out of here! Wow. I thought she was just making that name up because they serve donuts. Ain't no way in the heck I'm going to a church and they call it the donut church. Wow. No wonder they let that 304 come in there dressed like that. They can't even call their church a decent name. No, she can't sing. This lava song is not gonna go any farther than any of her other songs. Yeah, she's got what, over 100,000 views, but she never gets more than maybe what, 200,000, maybe 225, 250. She never gets more than that. It's not about serving does your donuts and coffee. Does your church is your church called the donut church? I really thought that girl was just calling it that. I really did. Because the girl ain't got good sense. We have seen that firsthand. Now you're supposed to be in the bed. Sorry about that. See, that's what I'm talking about. Serving donuts and coffee and tea is one thing. Calling your church the donut church is something different. No, bubbly me. Who is it? Somebody said that's actually the name of the church. Yes, they do put it on repeat, and they've been telling everybody to put it on repeat. So those numbers aren't really the numbers. I want to say her last song, somebody told them it whatever devices that they had at home, whether it was phones, tablets, iPads, even your smart TVs, to put it on repeat and just go to sleep and let it play all night. I was like, wow. So if a bunch of people do that every night, say, let me see, like in my house, there's one, two, three, there's five smart TVs here and probably four iPads and a lap. I could sit here and play like eight things, eight, no, almost like nine, 10 things and playing on repeat all night while we're sleeping. That's a lot of views if you have, more than one person doing it. It's crazy. No appoint, no bubbly me. Their mother is the one that came up with that name, but apparently that's the real name of the church. I mean, it is what it is. I find it a little weird, but to each their own. You know, most of the people who go there are not going there because it's the donut church. They're going in there to praise the Lord. That's what they're going there for, not just because it's the donut church and they get donuts and coffee. Yeah, her garbage disposal is broken. It's gonna start smelling. Probably got something stuck in it. Um, I bet you she doesn't. Probably doesn't even know anything about the reset button. Like underneath, at the bottom of the garbage disposal, there's a little red button, and sometimes you just have to push that button, and it'll start working again. But see, she doesn't know about that type of stuff. Or you take like a broom handle and stick it down there and you turn it. And if that doesn't work, then yeah, she has to have it replaced. Yeah, that song is ridiculous. Just like all her other songs. And the video was stupid too. Somebody had sat there and told her on one of her lives that she was sick of the song. And she was like, well, the video just came out. Yeah, but you were, the song had already been out for a couple of months. So yeah, she was sick of hearing the song. She's always asking for freebies. That's why when she go, that's see today she didn't get to eat at every little stand at the farmer's market because she got there late. She goes out there and, people see her coming and was like, oh, goodness. Because she ain't going to sit here and just take one sample. She has to take two or three. She goes there just to eat. That's her little, little lunch place. Unless she buys food because she has the girls and then she tries to eat most of that up. She has to eat up everything. That girl has an issue with food. Oh, wow. Lupe. See, that is the name, the Donut Church. For, what do you mean? She's begging for a oh, yeah. Wow, she's begging for a trash compactor. Wow. That's crazy. But yet she just had a whole bunch of packages come in the mail when her sister was there of clothes. I didn't see not one outfit for the girls. Nancy bought her those tennis shoes for $150. She would have never had bought those for herself because she only buys from Temu and Shein and Amazon because her whole house is furnished by Amazon. Oh, I believed you, Margaret, when you told me that it was the name of the real name of the church. I, at least I think I saw him and she acted weird. Yeah, it's a possibility, Jan. Yeah, she does go late sometimes. If you notice, she didn't get any gifts. No, she did not, Lupe, get any gifts. And before she went to Nigeria, she told all of them her that she expected her tree to be full. And she didn't get any gifts. And that was weird because usually she does an Amazon wish list and even LA Mom. Because LA Mom came over to her house and brought her all kind of food before she left to Nigeria. And if she had bought Christmas gifts, she would have brought them. Wait a minute, Grace. She was begging for a laundry basket. Wow, a laundry basket. Wow. Has all the latest. You're right. She has all the Apple devices. She even has two of the new iPhone 17s. Two. She has the first one that she bought, and then she also has that second one that she claimed that she bought for her father, but he ain't using that phone. She has that phone. That was just for content. That's crazy. I gotta go watch that video. I ain't never heard of nobody beg for a damn laundry basket. Mm-mm-mm. That's crazy. Are you brushing your teeth? Are you brushing your teeth? Okay, well, you need to hurry up because you should have been in bed. You got school in the morning. Sorry about that, guys. I like how some of her fans are onto her scamming. One commented she can buy the stuff she needs from Amazon, and another commented that what she needs is a job. Well, that's true. It's not like she can't afford it. And nobody told her to buy a $1.6 million condo. It's not a mansion like some people think it is. She could have, and what the amount of money that she put down, she, put it this way, she could have bought a freestanding house where there's a yard for the kids, and it would have cost way less than that. You're right. She's still going to throw her clothes on the floor in the closet or in the corner of her room. And yes, Bobby, but somebody will be dumb enough and send it to her. And yes, it's about damn time they're waking up because, like I was saying earlier, she ain't getting them stars. That's why she just be getting off alive. Like, They don't see that. She's on live video and she doesn't get a bunch of stars. And then she even tells them, well, since I'm not getting any stars, I'm going to get off. I'm going to end this live. I'm not going to come live anymore. I'm doing this for free. But then the next video, I'll do it for free. I'm going to come live because these are my lovers. But yet, girl, please. Yes, it is a hazard zone. Who knows, Cheryl? Because some people, I mean, she does have, sometimes you do have some of her supporters that do call her out, but I don't know because I haven't seen the video. I don't know. I only know the names of a few of her supporters because she calls their names out. Like Michelle Govia, I love ya. Well, I call her Michelle O'Gappy. I love ya. She's got her few little people. That Cortland guy that sent her those pillows. She just threw them on the floor. She asked him to promote his business. She didn't really do much of that. You're right, Margaret. She's addicted. She's no matter what you give her, it will never be enough. That's how she is. That's how you could tell she grew up in poverty. This is a person who said she didn't even know what bacon was until she came to the US. Because look at the infatuation she has with food. She eats like it's her last meal. Oh, you're right about that, Margaret. She did invite people to come live, and nobody wanted to come on live with her. It's crazy. I think, well, I'm not even going to sit here and say that I think people are getting sick of her because this has happened before where she doesn't get a lot of stars and then after a while, she gets a lot of stars. Just like someone told me, those people from Indonesia that were gifting her all those stars, which was weird to me because you were never getting stars like that from anybody from Indonesia. Somebody told me that they were on, whose page was it? Olivia's page, and they were begging. And I was like, wow. I don't know. I mean, they were okay pillows. I haven't seen her put them out, but I think she expected something that was going to be for her and not her house because she didn't ask for those pillows. So I don't think she was, very happy about the pillows. But that's just my opinion. Yeah, they can't wait to go to Japan with her. Yeah, they're going to watch her through their phones. Some of them can't even afford to travel to the next state over, but they're so worried about watching her fly to a different country. Hey, stop. Sorry about that. There was an alert on my video camera outside, so my little 5-pound dog thinks she's some big 100-pound guard dog, so now she gotta go run to the door. So I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens with this crazy girl. I hope Jay finished all her antibiotics before she had to go home today. And let's see, because somebody also told me that she said today that her trip was canceled. Did anybody hear that? She was super excited thinking it was something. Yes, she was super excited thinking that it was something, for her. And then when she seen that it was pillows, she wasn't too happy. Jen, it's something about those little dogs. And my dog, she's she's so smart. She knows that I can get a text message, what do you call it? An email on my phone. And if she hears that little alert, she goes crazy. And she associates that with my, say, my doorbell camera, or I also have video cameras around my house, or anything like that. She thinks it's somebody's outside, and she goes running like she's gonna do something, and she's only 5 pounds, and 2.5 of that pounds of that is freaking fur, because it's the teacup Maltese. So I don't know what she thinks she gonna do. What was the red envelope? Yeah, and that guy, he also asked, was she gonna perform? And she says, I don't have anywhere to perform. Does she even have a following in Japan? And even if she does, she's gonna have to dress properly. Okay, now take for instance, when Cardi B, when she went to Dubai, she went by how they do things out there. She covered herself even at her concert. I can't think of what you call what they wear, but that's what she wore. She showed them respect. So what's she gonna do? Do a meet and greet with two people in those black shorts? She can't do that, not in Japan. I don't know, Cheryl. Somebody had mentioned that in my comment section, but I didn't hear it. Yes, she did live in China, but she's going to Japan because remember, even JD said that they would have to go out early, early in the morning to video her content or her dancing before the police would show up. And that was in China. His stupid behind probably does love her. Yes, Blessing was covered in Dubai. Laura, my dog does the same thing. If she hears a doorbell on the TV, I'm like, it's the TV, it's the TV. But, nope, she done ran off thinking she protected something with her little ass. Yes, she is gonna. Yes, she is. No, Laura, it's teacup Maltese. I'm gonna get her a little friend when I go back home to New York this summer. Maybe she won't keep up all that racket if she has a friend and not a boyfriend, 'cause ain't no hanky panky going on in this house. No, actually, I thought about getting a Yorkie. I don't know. I either want a Yorkie, a Shih Tzu, because I used to breed Shih Tzus years ago, or either another Maltese. I just don't know which one I'm gonna get yet. Yeah, I only want little dogs. I ain't got time for no big dog to be dragging me down the street. My fur baby, I've had her going on 6 years. Oh, you're a dog groomer. I do mobile grooming. I ain't got time. This dog do not like the car ride, and I ain't got time for all of that dropping her off, picking her back up. So I do mobile grooming where they pull up in front of my house, come get her from the door, and then ring the doorbell when they're done. You know. But all right, everybody, it's getting a little late. I gotta get up in the morning. I gotta need to go put this food away and iron my son's uniform for school. I do not want to get up early in the morning, but I just wanted to try out my first live, and I'll be live again probably the next day or two. Bobby, I'm looking forward to your next live because you be cracking me up. My daughter has a chihuahua. I had a chihuahua one time. I think there's two different types of chihuahuas because you know, the one it was a friend of mine's dog, and he asked me to keep her for a while, and I just ended up being my dog, and she was white. And usually chihuahuas are like a brown, and she was one of the most sweetest dogs. What does it say? Blessing chose the cover. Yeah, it's liver. Yeah, Gloria, my aunt asked me that one time. She said her and her husband were going to Dubai. She said, I have to check and see what their rules are so we don't. But I was like, you're married, and like, what do you do? You don't do anything. Like, you're you're good. You're not gonna get in trouble for anything. Like, you are the most straightforward, law abiding person I've ever seen in my life. I enjoyed being there. I enjoyed your life. Well, thank you, Cheryl. I tried. Yeah, Bobby cracks me up. I remember one night I was listening to her while I was driving, and I was like, she gonna make me crash my damn car. Oh wow, Lupe. I had, what do they call that dog? I had a one of those mastiff dogs. Oh my goodness, that dog would when I ended up keeping it for a friend of mine, and then he wanted me to keep the dog. That dog was 7 months old, standing up on his hind legs. The dog was taller than me. I couldn't even walk the dog. That dog I looked like a cartoon character being, flying in the air. It was I remember one time me and my daughter walked this dog. We He was dragging us down the street. Finally, when we got to like a street sign, we had to stop and wrap the leash around the pole. It was crazy. That dog is so strong. My dog, that Chihuahua I had, she didn't do that. Like I said, she was such, I don't know, maybe she was mixed with something. I don't know because I had got the dog from a friend of mine. So I don't know if it was a purebred or not. Like my dog's a purebred. She has I have papers, so I know she's a purebred, but she was a pretty that Chihuahua that Chihuahua was a very pretty dog, and she was a sweetheart. I am Yeah, I'm from up north. I don't live up north anymore. I ain't doing no more snow, ice, freezing rain. No. Below zero weather. No, I ain't doing that no more. Yes, Bobby's laughter is contagious. A Siberian husky before. Man, I had to give that mastiff back. That thing, like I said, that dog was like 6, 7 months, and the dog was like 100 pounds or more. There was no way I was gonna be able to handle that dog. I could only let it out in the backyard. I could never walk it. Only Oh, but my dog's a runner. Like I have this gait that I don't know. You can move it around and either do it straight or make it into a what do you call it, a square, whatever. I have to have that near my front door because my dog is a runner, and I ain't got time to be running through the subdivision chasing her. So that's how I have to stop her from me chasing her because she's a runner. I don't know what's wrong with this dog, but this dog's a runner. Okay, well, everyone, you guys have a good night, and I will let everyone know the next time I come live. Bobby, you're next. If you're still on here, it's your turn. But everybody have a good night, and I will talk to you guys later. Oh, yes, the real comment section is back. You're right. She is back. I'm so glad she's back. She's she used to crack me up. But I guess right now she's just gonna do little short things. And I think she posted something today that said mid spring. The other comment section part is gonna come back with, where she really goes in, but she cracks me up. She cracks me up too. I look forward to getting up every morning, seeing what she wrote. Yeah, Bobby, with the awesome laugh. When are you coming back live? I am, sir. A couple weeks ago, I was talking to a family member, and they were like, "It's 3 degrees." I said, "3 degrees?" I was, I was like, "No." And then they were like, "You coming down for Christmas?" I was like, "Hell no." It's 3 degrees. I ain't coming back there. Nope, you guys will see me in the summer. That's when I'll go. But I don't do that weather and all that snow. No, 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 not me. All right, everyone. You guys have a good night. And I will talk to everyone later. Love you guys. Bye.